In your table of contents, you need to put model and compare fractions. So the benchmark that we take is going to be over modeling, so drawing them like we did with decimals, and comparing them using our greater than, less than, or equal to symbols. Alright, as soon as you make your table of contents, go ahead and flip to your notes page. Draw 2 circles. We'll do that one first. And then go ahead and write the fractions that I have next to those circles. So 3 over 5, 3/5, and 7 over 10, 7/10. We're going to model those in the circles, and then we're going to figure out which one is bigger by looking at what we shaded in. Okay? So remember, every fraction is written as part over whole. So if we look at this first fraction, 3/5 here, how many different parts do you need? Jamie?
5.
You need 5, and how many need to be colored in?
3.
3. Okay, so to evenly make 5 pieces, it's a little tricky. You just got to kind of put a circle in the middle. And we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you put a little circle up here, it looks like a person with a really long neck. Think of it that way. Starfish, sure. So from here, we need to color in 3. You can pick any 3 you want, but you want to stay kind of consistent. So if I color in this side over here on this circle, I'll probably want to start by coloring this side over here, just so you can easily compare them. So I'm just going to start on this side, and I need to color in 1, 2, 3 of these. And that's 3/5. Okay? 3 out of 5 things are different. What fraction of this circle is not shaded? 2/5. Very good. Next one. 7 over 10. Annalise, how many pieces do I need? 10, and how many do I need to color in? 7. I'm going to split this right in half. That way I can do 5 pieces on this side and 5 pieces on this side and get 10 pieces. Okay? So let's see. If I go a line from here to here, now I have 2, I have 3, 4, 5 on each side. So for this one, I need to color in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be on this half. And then I need to color in 2 more. Well, you can see that 7 over 10 comes about here on this one, right? So 7 over 10 is bigger. So when we're comparing fractions, you could go through and model them. Might take you a long time. I'm going to teach you an easier way for comparing fractions, but you do need to know how to model them as well. So why don't you guys draw these squares? Put 3 over 4 and 5 over 8. We're going to do this one together, and then I'm going to have you guys do a few on your own. So Marcus, if I have the fraction 3 over 4, how many pieces do I need? 4 pieces. So this time I gave you squares. So I'm going to make a vertical line, a horizontal line, and I get 4 pieces. And Marcus, how many need to be colored in? 3. 1, 2, 3. And Brooke, what about for the next one? If I have 5 over 8, how many pieces do I need? 8, and how many do I need to color in? 5. So here's 4 again, and then if I split them all in half one more time, I now have 8 pieces. And I need to color in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's a little bit easier to see. Which one's bigger? Which one's bigger? 3/4. 3/4 has more colored in, right? It has this extra triangle over here. So 3/4 would be bigger. Questions so far? All right, let's do some on your own then. So these fractions, I want you to model them below, and I want you to circle the one that's bigger. Let's just do a couple of these. So for example, pick what you want to use. If you want to use a circle, use a circle. If you want to use a square, use a square. If you want to use a rectangle, just be careful with a rectangle because remember your pieces all have to be the same. So if you make a rectangle like this, could you, let's see, could you do something like this? If I put one in the middle, kind of like we did with decimals? Those are not very straight lines, but you get the idea. Okay, you can do something like that. Just make sure all the pieces that you make are all the same size. Sure. So if we do this rectangle, then you have to do a rectangle over here if you want to see which one's bigger. So why don't you guys go ahead and finish that one on your paper. So how many of you guys got to the last one? Did you guys figure out from your picture that they were equal? Not yet? Those of you that did it, do you think that yours looks equal on your page? Awesome. Than symbol. The next one is your less than symbol, and then you have your equal to symbol. One more thing we need to talk about before we get into comparing fractions. You're going to see a problem like this on your benchmark next week, so I want to make sure that we've covered it. Write down whatever you think you need to. If you don't feel like you need to write these down, that's fine as well. So the directions are to circle the shape that does not have the same fractional value as the other two, okay? Which means 2 of these are equal, 1 of them is not. So I wanted you to circle or figure out which one is not equal to the other 2. So let's just start by writing these all as fractions. The first one, how would I write this as a fraction? What's my part over whole? Raise your hand. Kira? Yeah, 4 over 8. 4 are colored in, but there's 8 altogether. Who can simplify that fraction for me? Jonathan, what is that simplified? 1/2. Divide them both by 4, and we get 1/2. Victoria, what about the next one? What's this as a fraction? 1/2. So far, are these equivalent? Okay, let's look at the third one. What is this one as a fraction? Tyler? 3/4. Is that one equivalent to the other ones? No. So in this case, we would circle this one. So far, so good? You will see a question like this on your benchmark, so I just want to make sure you guys are okay with this. Do you guys have questions? You want to do the next one? Okay. Taylor Day, what is this one as a fraction?
3/6.
Which equals what? Simplified. Close. What's 6 divided by 3? 1/2. What about this one down here, Annalise? What is this as a fraction? 1/3. Can you simplify that, Annalise? No? What about this one over here, Kelly? What's this one as a fraction? 2/6. And then who can simplify this one for me? Jonathan? 1/3. Divide them both by 2, and you get 1/3. So which one of these does not equal the other 2, Marcus? The first one, the second one, or the third one? The first one, because that's 1/2. The other 2 are 1/3. So we'd circle this one. See if you guys can figure out this last one on your own. It's a little bit bigger. Questions on these three?